It's a disclaimer before I try to start this thing. It was not running great before we had issues with the clutch, so we might need some carb work additionally to what we have worked on so far. So let's see if it starts up. Something. Doesn't sound great, but something. Oh. Sounds good. Probably has a Chinese head on it. Piston and rings. Funny noises here, guys. Turn the choke off. Doesn't sound good. That's for sure. I'm assuming we have some carb or bad gas issues with this thing because we have a brand new air filter and a brand new top end. Jeez. So, of course, the second I stopped recording, it actually bump started and was riding. I had the choke on, so I kind of wanted to die out at first, and I gave it some gas and it would go. And then it felt like it was almost stuck, like stuck full throttle pretty much, so that was dangerous. I'm gonna try to, I think this is the air screw right here. I'm gonna mess with that a little bit. I realize it doesn't have clamps on the boots here, so that's not good. Somebody must have been messing with that thing beforehand, but let's see what we got. Alright guys, so I was trying to avoid pulling the carburetor off this thing, but clearly that ain't gonna work for us here, so I think it's time that we do pull this thing off. Looks like it should be fairly easy. Okay, we got it off. And we are soaked with gas. This thing is just pissing out gas. Holy crap. So it's definitely getting fuel. That is not our issue. But let's see if these jets are clogged up here. I'm gonna start up the compressor just in case they are. We can blow them out. I haven't opened this up yet. I'm assuming it's fairly clean, like I said, because the carburetor was already loose in there. Yeah, it is clean. At least fairly clean. Alright guys, update time. I pulled the jets out. They're both super clean. I don't know if you guys can see me here. So let me get behind the camera. Both of our jets are super clean. The main jet is a 240, which is not stock. stock is like, I believe it said 230, and the Pilot is a 32.5, which is stock. So I mean, if it's clean, the carburetor's clean and running these jets, I don't see why it wouldn't run. Maybe like I said, the main jet isn't the OEM size, it's 240, but I don't think that should make that big of a difference. So I'm a little bit stumped here. Maybe it's something to do with our reeds. That's probably where I'm going to look next. I don't really want to, but what are we going to do? I had a feeling that this was the issue with this blaster because, you know, after I saw that there was no clamps on there, I kind of figured this thing had been tinkered with a lot, this carburetor. And yeah, I don't know. That is strange. It's got the stock, pretty much the stock jet sizes in there, and it doesn't want to run right, or barely run at all. And it's got a brand new top end. Maybe if it's bored over or something, that would make a difference. Oops. But I'm not sure if that piston in there is bigger. But we got a clean carburetor. Maybe mess with this float height a little bit would be my next step. I'll probably change that just a tad before we put it in. See if it makes a difference. I'll check the needle position next, and then we'll probably move on to the reeds if nothing is fishy there. So I'm a little bit stumped. Alright guys, we just sold the Arctic 50 that we picked up the other day for $800. We picked it up for $450, put like 15 in gas, so that's $465 minus $800. That's $335 profit. Pretty good for a 3-day flip or so. I like it. We were gonna get it on video, but the guy was already there. We were riding down to the house, me and Kayla on this little quad. It is what it is. Alrighty, back to our blaster. Alrighty guys, so switching gears very quickly, because I want to move this quad to a separate area. I just want to throw this battery in first. Hopefully it will start up a lot easier than before, because it was kind of a pain. Alright guys, so like we were saying, we couldn't find any problems with our carb, so we're going to check our reeds. Check the boot first of all. And I don't see any cracks or rips. So I believe this boot is in good shape. Doesn't look like there's any cracks or rips in the boot. That's good news. But we are trying to find our problem here, so. You know, I'm not a reed expert, but these look fine, I think. I don't really see a problem with these reeds. Could be wrong, but Maybe we have weak spark or something, guys. I took the plug off and I couldn't really get a spark, but it starts sometimes, so I don't really understand how that would make sense, but maybe we just need a new plug. Let me, I have the compression tester on it. I'm gonna compression test it while we have the gas tank and stuff off. So it looks like our new piston is doing its job. 150 psi. Roughly. Alrighty guys, so that's gonna wrap it up for the day. I put the blaster over here. I couldn't get a spark, so I'm thinking it's a spark issue. Even though it turns on sometimes, so I don't really understand that. Maybe it's just a weak spark. Not sure, but regardless, we're gonna have to keep digging on this thing. Start replacing electrical components, I guess. I don't really know, or maybe I'll just sell it at this point. Not sure, but yeah. Let me know what you guys think. It still has potential. I have a new seat cover. These plastics would absolutely clean up for me.